crucial facts about Zoom with TeachPitch. As mentioned, I am digital instructor Courtney Sasha Cook. So 2020, the coronavirus hits the world and bam, what do? We're teaching, we're busy, and all of a sudden we're stuck at home. We all suddenly need a platform, and my company went to Zoom. Now, as you can see with this chart, the increase in the Zoom daily active users really did skyrocket in 2020. We look at the 20th of the 1st, 2020, and we find all the way up until the end of the 3rd month in 2020, we have a skyrocket over 25 million daily active users. And I found that just amazing because there are so many video conferencing apps, for businesses to use. So the question is, how do they do it? And why do people love Zoom so much? Let's have a look at the development of Zoom. We have Eric Yuan in 2011 deciding to create a video conferencing app which is mainly targeted at businesses. And still, at the end of January 2020, the daily downloads is at a mere 56,000. Nothing special. But at the end of March 2020, it's skyrocketed to 2.13 million daily downloads. And that is clearly affected with everybody being at home, the lockdown in nearly all countries. And so everybody just hits the space and says, okay, Zoom's obviously the place to be. So what are their competitive developmental features that really make people want to download and sign up? Now, a customer-driven focus is actually the #1 focus of Zoom, and they use this strategy to gain people's interest and meet their needs. Now, they do the feedback, as does TeachPitch, and that is so important because it allows people to show exactly where there are technical issues and others sorts of basic errors with the platform, and therefore Zoom can update it and fix any technical errors promptly. And then the second thing, which shows that Zoom is drawing on this customer-driven focus, is the fact that you can sign up and use Zoom for free. We are going to look at this. This is an incredible feature because you can actually begin teaching freelance from today using Zoom and spend no money but make money. And that is really the aim at the end of the day. So let's look at #2, the autonomous selling ability of Zoom. So with this customer-driven focus, Zoom has essentially turned out to be an incredible video conferencing platform. The delivery of the lessons or the meetings is really first class. The image, the ability to put files up, and basically just the whole setup is incredible on a technological level. So basically it's selling itself. Somebody hears, oh wow, I had a great meeting using Zoom, I taught a great lesson, I had a great class, and bam, let's go have a look, because it's not just like, oh, I had a Skype call. It's really got something about it that is drawing people further into it, and hence the tutorial we are having right now. So simply the 49 screen view, recording meetings as legal protection, and it allows you to use it without setting up an account even, and it has a link which it posts on its site to be able to just join meetings and set up a meeting without an account. And the very third thing, which is basically our normative strategy for all companies, is the marketing strategy. Zoom basically used massive billboards throughout the world. We found it in America and in the East. And they also used their online marketing technology to basically push Zoom's image forward. And in that way, it basically hit the world And in 2020, we see that Zoom's daily downloads in the US is #1. And once again, that does speak for itself. So let's have a see at the main functions, tools, and uses of Zoom. Please have a look at the bottom. You'll find the link to Zoom, which is where we are going to be going now. Search https://www.zoom.us/, and that is the link that you can use. Type into your browser to go onto the Zoom webpage. Okay, so I'm going to exit my PPT now, as you can see, and I'm going onto my webpage. What you see here is the zoom.us typed into the browser, and we find ourselves on Zoom. So in the top right-hand corner, sign up to Zoom, it's free, or I can sign in. Now, what I'm going to show you is me signing in with my free account. I currently hold 2 accounts. One is a licensed account and one is a basic account. So I'm going to log into the basic account so that you can see that it's so simple for you after this tutorial to basically use Zoom. Okay, hit sign in, and there you see me. Okay, hello Courtney Zoom page. This is Courtney Freelance. As I said before, I do work for the company Education First, and it does have a licensed page for me that I use. But now I'm going to be using my free page. As you can see, it says basic here, and I'm going to schedule a meeting. The meeting for today, as stated, is the functions, tools, and uses of Zoom. Okay, and if I want to add any extra information, I can do it here by the description. Now, when would I like to host this? I would like to host this today. So let's see, June the 1st at 4 p.m. No, that's a bit late. We'll say 3 p.m. Okay, and the duration we cannot do, so we'll say 45 minutes. So it says here, your Zoom basic plan has a 40-minute time limit on meetings with 3 or more participants. Upgrade now to enjoy unlimited group meetings. Now, this does limit your account, but as a freelance English teacher as a second language, you aren't usually teaching more than 3 students per class, and a class is usually 30 to 40 minutes. So that is perfect for you. As I said before, you can start earning money with the simple basic version of Zoom. You choose your time zone. I am currently in South Africa, so I'm going to be using my Johannesburg time zone. And is it a recurring meeting? Will this happen every day? No, it won't. So I will not click that. Generate automatically. I'd like my video to be on, and then I'd like to save. Okay, so now go to my meetings, and what we see here is the function, tools, and uses of Zoom. Right over here, we find the meeting ID, which is extremely important, and the time. So I'm going to go ahead and click start. Let's open Zoom meetings and let's connect. Now what Zoom does, it actually has the web version, like there you see me again. Okay, I'm going to turn my camera off. Okay, because we are now in Zoom. All right, so now that we're in Zoom, I'd like to show you a couple of the simple functions and uses of Zoom. Very simply, on the left-hand bottom corner, we can say start video. And hello everyone, my name is Courtney, as you know, and I am doing a tutorial. Stop video. Okay, and then We also have the mute there, very simple. I can see my participants here. And if I take that away, close, they go away. My little chat box. So everyone who's in the room, I can basically send them personal messages or to everyone. The great thing about this Zoom chat box is that I can go to the file and I can basically click on any of these big multimedia storage drives and I can add files and documents for people to look at during the business meeting or class and complete by the end of the class if the host of the meeting wishes it so. So the chat box is a great feature with the added file storage drive. Gives you 4 options over there, your computer, box, Google Drive, and Microsoft OneDrive. Now, if I take that away, just go close. As we stated, the record function is a very important function of Zoom. So if I am a freelance teacher and I click record, it's going to simply record my lesson to my computer. I can review the lessons if I have, for instance, forgotten what I've taught my students, or if I want to see how the class looks to improve it, or see how the meeting looks to improve it. But one of the main reasons for the recording is really because of the business orientation of Zoom. And in that way, we know that businesses and people all need legal protection. And so the recording is a great form of legal protection because in that way, you know what you've done and everyone else does too, as well as how many hours you've worked. If your company pays you short, you simply say, did you see the extra 40-minute recording at the end there? Oh, I think you missed it. But there you have it. Evidence is available promptly. And that's always great. So another thing that I love over here is that I can give these little reactions. I'm going to go ahead and turn my video on. And so if I want to save time, I can go, good job. As you can see, my left hand corner of my screen gives a clap. And if I want to say thumbs up, quite a common thing in South Africa, there you go. Thumbs up, well done. Okay, so now I'm going to turn my video off and I'm going to show you some of the great sharing options of Zoom. So I'm going to have a look at my whiteboard. Now, what I did there was I shared screen and I went and I looked at the top of the share screen box that pops up and the whiteboard pops up over there. So when I now get into the whiteboard function, if I'm hosting a meeting or a lesson, I will get into the whiteboard and I will put my mouse over here without clicking and click the whiteboard. And then I will have access to all of the functions here in the whiteboard area of Zoom. So one of the great things about this whiteboard is I can draw and I can write and I can color in and I can select, and it's really useful. So over here as a teacher, I always write my students' names, but today I'm the teacher and there's no students. So Courtney, I can choose the color over here. And just a reminder, this is the free version of Zoom. So you can sign up and use this straight after or while we're enjoying this tutorial. And basically, it's useful for your business meetings right now from home, your lessons and your work. Choose your color. Choose the width of the lines you want to make. This is for drawing, your font, and so forth. Now I've got my name here already. So I want to say, Courtney, you are a good student, or you're well done for joining the meeting on time. You're getting a star today. But I'd also like you to remember to please make notes. So Courtney, you must make notes today. And I am the host of the meeting, the boss of the meeting. I don't want to repeat myself. If I need you to remember, I shall simply show this in the beginning and the end of the class. So over here, I go stop share, and I can go share again, and the whiteboard information will not go anywhere. That is something that is only with the whiteboard. If you share a PPT and you edit or write on your PPT during a lesson or meeting, it will not save when you stop share. Okay, so Courtney, please make notes today. But then Courtney decides she's finished work today because she is. She didn't decide it, but she is. And we're going to say bye-bye, Courtney. And hello, 𝗠𝗲𝗲𝘁. 𝗠𝗲𝗲𝘁 came to work today after Courtney. And there you go. So now next to make notes would be 𝗠𝗲𝗲. All right, so that's very simple. You can see this little erase here is nice. I can simply click and goodbye. And then if I want it back, I can go like that. And if I wanted the previous, I can go redo. Okay, so very simple, very, very simple here. Now, what I also use here is I like to make it interesting for the whiteboard, not to just be the strict space. So sure, you can use it to use your classroom management as a teacher or your business meeting notes, but you can also use it to draw. So okay, that's not the greatest color. If I go here and I want to play a game with my students, because as a teacher, I need to make sure that I am using multiple resources to keep my students engaged, especially with the online distance learning. And so here you can see I can draw a tree. It's not the most beautiful, but it does the trick. And basically, I can then change the color and the thickness over here. And then ask my student, what is it? Oh, what is it? It's a flower? No. It's an animal? No. It's a tree. Good job. Well done. Okay. So 1 star. And that actually motivates them. They're like, oh wow, I got something right, or I'm looking at a picture now instead of being drilled or asked to, continually produce sentences instead of just a word and looking at an image. It can be a nice change. So the whiteboard can be used for that. As I said here, you need to make sure that you bring your mouse over here to get the whiteboard to click over here and then bring it up. And then I can see my participants. I can mute myself. And if I want to see me while teaching, there I am. Hello, good job, students. I usually keep this video on throughout, but in our case, with our large meetings, my classes are usually 1 to 4 students. So with you all, it's taking too much data, and I'm going to say bye-bye to my face. Okay, but then it is the option. Then here we have a little security feature, which I'm not going to click because it's going to speak about other things, about the internet that I'm using and things like that. But here, select the camera and change my video settings and so forth. And then I can pause my recording over here if I want to. I can pause my recording throughout my business meeting or lesson. And if I click more, I can go and bring up a chat box and use it to quickly send some information if I want to. I can remember to bring your mouse here and then more, pause recording, stop recording, show names. I can share the computer sound and these little things over here. Okay, so spotlights. I want you to look here right now. Look. 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 Okay, you're definitely looking at 𝗠𝗲𝗲𝘁's name, right? Because it's a red dot, and that is bringing your attention to it. Where's the dot? Is it under? Is it on top? Is it next to? Is it behind? Is it in front of? Okay. And then the little stamps here, basically like if you get something right, good job, there's the tick for you. If you get something wrong, oh, sorry, you got it wrong, okay, or you did a good job. As we said, there's the star, well done, 𝗠𝗲𝗲. And if it's a student that really might need some love that day, here we go. Here's a heart for you. And they do like the hearts and the stars. It makes them feel like they're doing a good job. Another great thing about using the whiteboard as a teacher is sometimes parents are very strict on their kids, and if they see the whiteboard and they can see the stars and the good jobs and that the student has been producing language without them around, it tends to serve the student and the teacher, because the student will get praises when the teacher's maybe not even looking, but that helps the student grow in confidence. And I really like that, because a lot of my students aren't necessarily given more confidence by their parents, but they are expected to really do well and always have the best marks and always be the best. And I feel for them. So I want to make sure that their parents can always see, even if they just say listen, or they just give me their focus and they don't make a noise, always try to motivate your students on every level and the people who are within your meeting. Okay, so now I'm going to stop share and I'm going to come back here. So now I'm going to start my video and give you a little bit of a fun use of Zoom.